You money if you think I'm gonna call you call me. That's it. And we will. You know? No? What's up, everyone? Alright, so maybe this only 1 week. We got a nice special guest today. Okay. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Honey didn't like my big filter piece. Said it was covering my face, so I had to take it down, but hopefully that don't do nothing to us, right? You didn't like my filter piece?
I mean, you liked it, man.
It's a little, man, like professional, you know, I felt like like I was doing some big things.
We are professional. But this is not no studio. It looks more like a studio. It's just too big. Maybe get the small one.
Recording my album. Every episode is a new track for the album. Album 1, track 24.
Right.
You know? Ain't nothing like your first, you ready? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Both Sides with DJ
and Honey
podcast. We are back, another episode. What's going on?
Nothing much.
Good. I hope everyone is having a lovely weekend as usual.
Yeah.
Whenever you decide to listen. Yeah.
I hope they listen every day.
Yeah. I hope you guys are having a lovely
even on your downtime.
Friday when this drops. Saturday, Sunday,
it's
Monday.
Fresh. It's fresh.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Listen to us every day. There's an episode for every day of the week. I'm telling you.
Not subscribe.
That's
view
it.
us. You can laugh with us. You can just do what we usually do. Listen to it.
What is this, free promotion? What you doing?
I just promoting us. Anyway, moving along.
What's going on? How you doing?
Nothing. We're fine.
Good. It's another episode. Episode 24 for us.
Yeah.
We're nearing the end, everyone. So
not
after this
exactly
episode,
the end.
I don't know. I might have to get you to sign a contract for season 2.
See how this goes.
We might have to get Honey to sign a contract for season 2 because she is getting Beyonce on me.
What?
Listen, now you guys know I'm not gonna come, and y'all know I'm always say what's on my mind, and I normally do that when it comes to Honey. I cut her off, I correct her, I do all of that. But I'm gonna need a contract for season 2. I'm telling y'all now. Moving right along, like you said before.
You get your contract.
Oh, you gonna sign it?
No,
You not gonna sign the deal? Nah, we need
what
to.
deal?
You not getting no LeBron,
Sorry.
no 1-year deal
Sorry.
to the next year.
Sorry.
Nope. Alright, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm playing season 2?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys had a lovely week.
Yes.
This is the Both Sides with DJ Honey podcast. Last weekend, we got into some things.
Yes.
As we always do, we like to start off the show talking about what we did last weekend. We got into a binge, a great binge. I find a real
liked it.
Nice gem in the Netflix
Yes.
catalog right now. All American.
All American.
With
Yes.
Tay Diggs.
That's right.
Urza.
And Breezy.
And Breezy, yes.
Yeah, she's good in it.
Yeah.
She's good.
So that show is about a young man who is transferred from Crenshaw High as a football player to Beverly Hills, which is a more upscale high school.
Right.
And he is the top recruit basically in the south side of LA, I guess, Crenshaw, I don't know. I ain't never been to LA, so I'm calling it south side like I know. But I thought it was a real gem. I really slept on this episode. I saw Tate Diggs when he was promoting this on the radio, on YouTube, on the radio stations and stuff. It's really been a gem. I loved it.
I thought it was fun. I was very surprised in the acting. I thought there was a couple of tense moments. I think there was one part that literally made me want to cry. I don't want to give the thing away for certain people who didn't watch it, even though everybody should watch it.
I definitely felt that part with you.
I could understand it, It was something that you could, in some ways, connect in certain ways, but overall, that's a great show.
I feel like those shows are important, especially because they show division, not segregation, I'm about to say segregation. They showed division in between the two neighborhoods in LA and stuff like that, and how the schools would come together, or the two neighborhoods would come together, or how this young man would try to create peace in his
He brought
old
two different
neighborhood.
sides together. He actually
There's
made it happen.
gangs involved, there's guns, there's girls involved, now it is a high school show,
Right.
but there is of course drama with Tay
Always.
Diggs. Of course, if he's in it, you always find him in the midst of some drama.
Mm-hmm.
So we do recommend that show. I
liked it. I hope it's gonna come out for
But
another
you look
season.
at there, it's like probably the first thing we agreed on all week.
Well, yes. Yeah, absolutely right.
Look, I mean, we could tell it how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't been agreeing lately.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And you haven't been nice lately.
Whatever.
Uh-huh.
This is getting channel.
Right.
Right. All American was a dope show. Y'all should check that out. It's available still on Netflix.
The football is great in it.
Yeah.
It's a good
It's
all around.
dramatic.
But
And
it's not.
you
You feel it. You can feel the
Okay.
family out of it and everything.
See, now, I've seen so much football films, so I don't care about the football. That's why I think
No,
it's a
but that-
great show.
Overall,
Because
yeah.
you don't care about the football aspects of it so much.
No.
You don't. You care
And-
more about the suspense
Right.
and the drama behind the characters, and that's what really drove the show. I felt. Watch it, y'all. We're not gonna give y'all too much.
Yeah.
You feel like they should bring it back for season 2?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
It's on the CW.
Yeah.
So definitely, I hope they do that.
Yeah.
CW got a lot of shows out right now.
Yeah.
I feel like they
Booming.
just got all the DC shows, right? Then they got Riverdale, which is the Archer comic shows.
Right. What
Um,
a flash.
I just said all the DC shows.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I feel like I should name them individually.
Not listening is another thing.
Oh. What?
What other thing they got? And now they got this All American.
They're just picking up great shows.
Yeah.
And it'll keep people watching and
Hopefully they
bringing
get
up
another
ratings, you know.
one. Perfect topic for the day, or for the show rather. Trolling, which we wanted to get down to on this show because recently, as everybody knows, and rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, who's passed recently within the last couple of weeks. Kodak Black was trolling on the social media and stuff like that. And I know it's been a topic that's probably been covered and talked about within the last week or so, but it's just a topic of trolling and how people are starting to get attention today that they need. I don't know. What do you think now?
I think something he a little touch, just a little.
Let the audience know what he said actually.
Where he was coming out to London. Like,
Yeah, basically.
You know, he wanted to make up with her after.
A year
Like,
or
how
so.
could you say that? I mean, I understand.
Not even weeks.
There's
passed.
no reason why you should have even said it. Like, if you wouldn't have said it if he was alive, don't do it while he's passing.
Yeah, he's
That's totally disrespectful. And he hasn't done this. Not the first time. He's
No,
done it
it's
recently.
not. But this is somebody who's touched a lot of people and has a tragic death, and it's like you're making fun. You know what I'm saying?
or if you want it for the likes or the reputation.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't wish anything bad on anyone.
Kodak.
Nah,
Anyone.
But this dude needs to be checked. Like, and I think
that's
trolling
disrespectful.
leads to people wanting to be checked, and more trolling is going on by Steelers, of course.
Go ahead.
Antonio Brown
And Juju.
and Juju Smith-Schuster.
Just Twitter tags.
Antonio Brown took some shots at Juju.
What?
Called them out for fumbling the football and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In an important football game.
For the Saints during the Sweet 16. Yeah.
So, and also reposted a message that Juju sent him as a student, I guess as a college student, that he wanted to learn to get better. So this has been a guy that's been looking up to Antonio Brown, and this is a different type of show, because now I feel like Antonio Brown is bullying people, and we're going to get into bullying as well, right?
Right.
Okay, so now you got Juju, who is the new man in Pittsburgh. He's the new #1 guy. That's just what it is. Antonio Brown didn't want to be there, and he's gone now. So Juju has been left the keys to the wide receiver truck. Ben will be throwing most of his targets to him. Now, Juju is not really a drama starter. As anybody who's watched any Steeler football, you can see that Juju is always the one, amping up the celebrations and stuff like that. And then if you watch the Steelers as close as I am, always watching, and you know that he's the one who make up the celebration. He is the team guy. He's the one trying to bring everybody together when the team scores. It doesn't matter who scores. he's the guy that's bringing everybody. So he has great leadership skills. He's still a young guy, a lot to learn, and he made change because Antonio Brown didn't look so bad in the beginning, right?
No, Antonio Brown should make a public apology. He's getting a little bit out of hand with I call them tantrums, because that was unnecessary. What was the main call for it?
I mean, I tell you what it is. It's maybe jealousy. It's like probably why did he get the keys to the truck so fast? Why did you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, you want out of Pittsburgh. You get out of Pittsburgh, you get $30 million guaranteed money, and you still have an issue with the Pittsburgh Steelers organization.
That's
like,
amazing.
and you didn't even play a game yet. So, dude,
That's
chill
amazing.
out. Leave my new wide receiver, my new number one wide receiver. Because, dog, I was going to stick with you, but you wildin' now. Leave people them alone. Let everybody chill in the off season. Stay off Twitter, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Another trolling situation. And then, like I said, trolling, I feel like it's done for attention.
Of course.
So I feel like this week, I've been doing a lot of trolling.
Okay.
I feel like I've trolled you this week.
You trolled me?
Yeah, I feel like I've been trolling you all week.
How?
I feel like it. I feel like it, and I feel like you wasn't gonna bring it up, but I'll bring it up here. So, everybody, if anybody follow me on my personal Instagram account, I've been posting a bunch of Usher songs. I'm posting on my Instagram stories, trying to get this one's attention, and it's not working. So I was trying to troll her, and as she just still sitting here looking at me cluelessly, she wasn't being trolled. I was just looking for a little love and affection, that's all. But she didn't, I guess, deliver the, you know.
That's not right, because I've asked you, is everything okay?
There's nothing wrong with me. That's the problem.
I know,
there is
but
nothing wrong with me.
those particular ones, I'm like, okay, like maybe I read into the
You
top.
probably were reading into the song.
Maybe that's
Maybe
what it
I was
is.
just crying out for some help from you.
So why don't we talk about it?
I wanted to get your attention a different way.
Sometimes we don't
And
have
it
to
worked.
go back.
No, it didn't work. Because
well-
we're talking about it here, right?
It didn't work at all.
I don't know.
See?
We got a special couples therapy plan for you guys later in the
How
show.
do you do that?
I gotta stop it here.
Why?
I mean, we could get spicy. We like get spicy.
I don't like
Yeah,
getting
you
spicy. You like to just
You're
use
the
that
see,
word.
what people don't know is that Honey is the diffuser on the podcast. She diffuses things on the podcast. And when we off this podcast, she is C4.
Explosive. Oh no. Mr. DJ, you are a hung sentence. Everything is a hung sentence that causes me to go, as you saw, a C4.
Hung synthesis because I seen the C4 explode.
So why antagonize me?
I'm not antagonizing you.
Why annoying me?
I don't know.
Why just pick on me?
Pick
Because
on
then
me?
that's picking me to explode. And not saying I explode all the time. No. Cobra, honey, don't. Because my honey stays quiet for a while. You don't like that.
Hey, honey. That's picking. That's picking at you.
Oh my God, no,
That's
it's
picking
not.
at you. I don't do that.
What do you do, Daniel?
Used to be. I don't know. We gonna have this conversation, I guess, before.
For overall, you sung,
Because it's like
you
it's building
danced
up.
for me. I
sung,
watched
I
you. I love
listen,
when you do
now,
those
if
things for
people
me.
know me as a person personally, not a lot of people do or care, but I love to fake sing, karaoke, dance. I do those things. And I've been doing them for Honey recently, and it just, I don't know, it don't
He is not right
feel
because
like she's just,
Daniel,
like-
have you been nice to me?
like am I hoarse? Am I
Have you
sounding
been nice to
horrible? I haven't been nothing.
Right. Oh.
That's the only thing. Like I haven't been nice. I've been blank to see if I'm blank, what kind of response I get. We
And I
got
give you a
couples
response.
therapy in the beginning of the
Oh
episode.
no. Okay, so you saying I didn't? I wasn't trying to show you no love and affection. That's what you're trying to say?
No,
Is that-
it's
no,
not
no, no.
that. It's
what-
not like you wasn't
When you-
showing me love and affection.
When
It's-
you posted that segment of Usher, tribute to Usher.
I just wanted you to think about Usher like in the rain, like you got it bad, like
Okay.
he's just sad, like you know.
Okay, so you was going through a sad moment.
I'm
That's
just
what.
sad because it's just
So that whole
I miss
16.
my
So
baby.
when I asked,
Cause I miss my baby.
okay,
I
well, more or
I
less-
miss my baby.
all right.
And you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I miss her. And I'm crying for her. And I'm praying that every old trick that you done seen me do, all the singing and dancing I used to do for you back into something, bring a little spark back or something. I miss you. I do. And I feel like I'm trying my best to just pull it out. I really am. Bullying.
Okay.
Bullying. Raina Wright in Watersboro, South Carolina, was killed due to a bullying incident. Excuse me. Raina Wright was killed due to a bullying incident in South Carolina in her school. Now, Raina Wright, and I don't want to switch things, but we switch things back and forth from serious to joking and stuff like that. But the reason I'm talking about this is, I guess, well, Honey brought it to my attention because DJ had a situation in the school where he was being bullied in a way, and young Raina Wright was being bullied for a year. And her mom did everything that she could with the school to try and get it to stop until, sometime the end of March, Raina lost her life after.
The same girl was bullying it. Well, she was bullying her into instigating a fight. And what happened was, somehow, some way, the little girl hit her head on a bookshelf, and, she got uplifted from the school. Her mother was very furious about the whole situation because of the fact, like, if a parent's complaining about their child and they promote all this bullying, in your school, and they say come forward and say what's going on, how in the world are the teachers in the class able to try to prevent that? Because if it's been going on for a year and the school's not doing nothing, and I'm sure she probably went to the superintendent part.
Yeah, they said that.
So why was nothing done? And it's so drastically, when something drastic like this happens, that's when everyone was stepping in. It's like, oh, this is happening. Everybody's misconstrued the whole situation. But now mother's lost her daughter, and she would never see her daughter grow up to be, the greatest woman she probably would have been.
Anything, to me, I feel like it's just like, as a parent, you start to become very overprotective when you hear things like that, and you say things like, well, if I was the parent, I would have went down to, it's stated that the mom did everything that she could,
possible,
and still nothing was done. She should sue that school to the ground. I feel like, something should really be done about these school systems and the communication between the parents. Because when DJ was getting bullied, I heard from 3 different people in 3 different stories. So, these type of things are important, like the communication, who we speaking to, how accessible we are to our children throughout the day. Like, if something happens, like, don't wait and then call us. Call us right away so we can get there to the school. You know what I'm saying? And we can make that choice if a kid is okay or not as their parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if these schools don't want those things on their hands, they got to make those decisions. You know what I'm saying?
And any child, not saying that any child should, like, if they get hit or something, should hit them back. I mean, most kids are very docile. Some kids don't like that confrontation or going through a fight, but in the end, you have to teach your kids how to fight, because no matter what, even outside the school, they say always worry about your kids outside the school, but mainly now what's going on, it's happening inside the school. And I think more people need to be more equipped with trying to stop the bullying instead of trying to, like, hush it under the rug. The school system as itself is very tarnished and messed up. So, they have the pressure of other things, but if you're going to promote this whole thing and the school has to get involved, make sure they're involved, not like making a situation where another parent has to move 1 or 2, how many kids they have under the direct. It's just awful.
It's a sad story. Last weekend, Final Four, Virginia won. Just to throw that out there. We were out of it, but I was out of it by the time Virginia won in the Final Four.
It was good.
A lot of drama, a lot of missed calls, a lot of people talking about that. Last thing, Magic Johnson. Mr. Magic Johnson.
I respect that.
What part of that do you respect, and
he
what part
stepped down?
I mean, let me not say I don't.
He
respect
probably
it.
thought, but he probably thought
There's
he
more
was
to
a
this
factor.
story. There's
Of course, but right now for him to
story.
do that, to say I'm going to step down, like, okay, you took the initiative to say it could have been me. It may not be. Whatever's going on that the Lakers are not winning, because
I feel like it was a conflict of interest, being that everybody all buddy in the Lakers organization. Magic, old Laker. Luke Walton, old Laker. Rob Pelinka was Kobe's agent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's connected to the Laker organization some way. They gotta get some, like, fresh people, you know what I'm saying, where no personal feelings will get, because they say that Magic was ready to fire Luke, Jeannie didn't want to, I don't know, but a lot of here, he say, she say, the truth will probably come out, But Magic was almost in tears.
I don't think
stepping down.
I don't think he wanted to. You know, he's a great entity when it comes to, you know, business and, you know.
What do you grade Magic as a 2-year
I still
president
say
of operations?
Still too early.
Magic Johnson, he's done, but you mean it's too early. I mean, it's finished and started. His 2 years as the president of basketball operations.
I don't think he should have done it. I don't think
grade, girl, A, B, C, D.
Oh, grade? Like a B.
You give him a B?
Yeah, I give him a B. Well, I don't think
Why
he should have
did a B?
I think he had the plans that he had, and to bring it up the Lakers, he did. He bought certain parts that the Lakers needed to. So before even LeBron came, the Lakers was doing okay.
No, they sucked. They had the same exact record as last year.
But they was getting it. Like, it wasn't
getting. I see like growing.
They're growing as a team, and it's kind of hard when you mesh people together.
Yeah.
You can't expect so much in short period of time.
That's true.
You know, even
right.
in any sport. So
and then they throw all those old guys on the team with a bunch of young guys, and then LeBron's.
That's like going to college basketball, for instance.
I feel like
you have all those senior players, and all of a sudden, they graduate. What happens with that team? You gotta let them build. So
that's true.
You gotta respect.
I give Magic a B too. Now that you put that out there, I'll give Magic a B. He got LeBron to LA.
Yeah.
So the foundation is there. They just gotta bring somebody.
Why isn't they harping on the fact that they was going? It was expected that they was not going to get further.
I don't think that's the problem anymore. I think they know that weeks ago. They know that weeks ago when they got eliminated. I think the problem was bringing in a new coach. I think that's the problem. I think people were torn about who should stay, who should go. And I think Rob Pelinka was one of the people they said should go. And then that's Kobe's dude. So, you got to show some kind of loyalty, I guess, to somebody, bro. Magic stepped down as the Laker.
I think that was a good thing he did.
Yeah. So, we got a lot going on in this show, right?
Yep.
We got a special guest.
Yes.
We got Jasmine McGriff.
Yes.
She will be joining us for a special couples therapy, which will be nice and good.
Insight.
Real nice insight. Yes, yeah. So hopefully we get some nice insight. We're going to go and jump right into this sponsor right here, Anchor, and we'll get right back to you guys after. That was cool. That was fun. Nice. I'm hungry, babe. I gotta eat. No, not. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Both Sides with DJ and Honey podcast.
Hello.
Now, we do have another guest in the building. We've had a slew of guests recently. It just hasn't stopped. We have Jasmine McGriff in the building.
Hi.
What's going on, Jasmine?
Thanks
for coming.
How are you? Now, we got you on the show, and we just want to thank you for coming on and taking the time with us.
Absolutely.
Let everybody know where you're from.
I am from Philly originally, but I traded on Philly. I live in Delco now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What is it that you do, Jasmine?
I am the resident services director for a assisted living facility.
Okay.
So I work with old people.
Oh, okay. You're working in Delaware?
No, I'm not working in Delaware. I work in Berwyn, PA. It's like the suburbs of like PA. Mainline, all of that.
Okay. Well, we have you on the show, and we're gonna get some advice from you, or not even some advice, just stir up some conversation, just throw out a couple of topics. We just want to thank you and just take our time going through these love topics, because this is couples therapy. This is what we do. We talk things out. We try not to stir up no beefs or nothing. We try to find a middle line somewhere down the line of the conversation. So first things first, let's go down marriage. Now, marriage is very, very delicate situation for everyone. I am someone who has been through divorce, and I know that it takes time to build it's not even a perfect home. I don't think you could call it a perfect home.
Nobody has a perfect home.
No, but I know that it takes work. and I know Jasmine knows a thing or two.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know your take on what do you think is basically what are the keys to making things like that work, a marriage in general.
Well, definitely, I believe in marriage. I came from a family, parents that were married, and I saw a strong foundation. I also saw like times when it wasn't so great. I saw fights. I saw, you know, um, just good times. I saw every part of a marriage, I think. And I think that has just been the foundation on me just wanting a strong marriage, but then also um, just trying to exemplify that in my own marriage as well.
You
So I
know what?
think I didn't even answer your question, but I feel like um, communication is one of the biggest things. You always want to have that open communication with your partner. You always want to have trust in your partner. I think that you have to go into it with just knowing what your expectations are going to be when you get into the marriage. I know that people change, but as long as you have an understanding with your partner about what you both are going to bring to the marriage, and especially when you want to introduce things like kids, I think it's just important for you to have that open communication, and always just be available for your partner emotionally, physically, mentally, all that.
Now you saying you come from a family that is, you grew up in a married home. Do you think like society with people who grow up in a broken home or broken marriage or anything like that, that has something to do with divorce rate and stuff like that?
Absolutely. I think that not to say that if you came from a broken home or family, you won't make it in a marriage or nothing like that. I don't think that's necessarily true. But what I do believe that is true is things that happen in your past that you've seen, you tend to exemplify in your marriage. You may not even realize it because it's things that happen in your, when you're a child. It's like trauma. Like trauma will always follow you. We all have certain type of trauma in our lives that has followed us when we gotten older. It's the way that we navigated through them. So I think the same is true for marriage. Things that you've seen when you're younger, you may have thought in your mind it was okay or it wasn't okay. And that is an example of the person that you are today. So I think if you did come from a certain home, again, or a broken home, it is like that communication with your partner, just communicating what things you do not want to see in your marriage and what things that you didn't see growing up that you want to see. So I think in our community, I really think we have broken females, broken males, and no one is kind of like reaching out for help at this point. Everybody think they just like got it, and everybody's scared to go to a therapist or a psychiatrist or a psychologist. It's like you need to heal your heart even when you don't even know it's broken. So
You feel like that's like people have to deal with that individually, or you have to deal with that as a marriage first? Like, what do you think? Just in your opinion.
I think you need to deal with that before you even get married. So,
right.
That premarital counseling, that's very important.
I feel like that's something I actually like skip. Like looking back and stuff like that, I feel like that's something that's very necessary.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to know yourself the best before you go and give yourself to someone else.
Mm-hmm. Now, say that to someone who's in love, like say that to a young couple who's in love, maybe not even a young couple, but say that to two people who are in love. They may have had a child and you just like in awe, and you're like, oh, I just want to get married. Getting married is still a big deal. Mm-hmm. Like, let's be for real. Like, it's still a big deal. People still want to do it. People still go out. People still look forward to getting proposed to. Like, it's still a thing, and it should be. But I feel that people just overlook that because they just think that they're happy. But when they get into the marriage and things start happening, like when they start having those real conversations about financial,
it's like a panic attack.
Finances and kids and all types of issues. That's when you come into like the real nitty gritty. But by that time, you're already married, so it's too late.
Yeah, everybody starts panicking. Everybody starts running. Everybody starts giving up on the marriage. Go ahead, baby.
So, like, you consider yourself like a traditional. You love the traditional way. Now, what if that person is not that traditional like you? Are you willing to compromise in a way where it's an even playing field for both?
So it depends on where we are talking about compromising at. So I don't believe in the whole 50-50, we're going to split things and all that. Like, I've just never been that way. I don't even think it's because of my background. It may be, I don't even know. But I just feel like that's roommate type of situation.
I honestly don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I don't, like, if that's where y'all head is at and that's what works with like a couple, that's fine. But I just don't feel that way. Like, I don't believe in that, because I just feel soon as the woman, I think forward. So I'm thinking about the future. So it might work, while we a little couple, while we dating, split the bills. It worked for me and my ex. We were living together for 4 years. We kind of like split everything 50-50, and it was fine. The problem I had an issue with is when he started getting better jobs. Now he's making 40,000 more than I'm making, 50,000 more than I'm making. His number keep going up. My number's still staying the same, but we're paying 50. Like, no. Like,
now the reason
that's
I say
not
like,
okay.
Now the reason I say I don't like mind it, like I don't care. If that's what you believe in, you gotta stick with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's something, honestly, you like, because if that's your thought of what marriage and how it should be, why change that and compromise it for anybody now? I don't know if I would necessarily go that route, but I respect that route. I really do, because that's how it was done. You know what I'm saying? That's how, people got it done for many, many years. So I respect it wholeheartedly, but I just don't know. If I don't mind, like, it don't even, to me, I don't even know split is the word. Like, if I'm doing good and not to take your situation or your past situation and throw it, but I'm just saying, like, if I'm getting the better jobs and I'm doing all of that and that is changing, that number is going up, yeah, I'm gonna take care of more, no doubt.
But what if, okay, I'm just playing that. Maybe I'm playing that advocate.
Of course, I'm playing devil's advocate, because it's 50-50
like,
now.
Because not all the time in any couple, like, okay, yeah, you do start a relationship, and somehow along the way you set goals to do what you need to do as 50-50. Yeah. But financially, sometimes it's not always either or is making the same amount. And then I don't know if people think about what is the ratio. You would say to yourself, oh, is I'm making 20 grand or they making 20 grand more than me? Is that negotiable to say I can live with that and still somehow ratio the 50-50 and maybe do it like 60-40 type thing?
I honestly, and I'm, me being the only man in this conversation, I just feel like it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all right.
I mean, I don't
now
know.
What I'm gonna ask now is that, like, definitely something you look for with choosing like a husband or wife, a career path, because if those things necessarily play into it, it definitely that is a career path that maybe that person is chosen where the number constantly goes up, or where somebody may have a city job where money stays the same and goes up every 5 years or so. You know what I'm saying? But those pension plans and stuff is good. But those things, I guess, you got to be, accounted in there, right?
Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah.
I mean, I was asking.
Oh, he was asking.
I was asking
Oh.
if those things.
I think
No, I was asking, are those things like definitely things you consider, like not just you or anybody should, as far as like
absolutely.
career, like the career is, what I'm saying, like with the numbers and what people are making as far as how much is being put into marriage and stuff like that.
Yes,
financially.
I think, and you know what? I think that the issue with it is that people tiptoe around it. Like nobody want to talk about finances, but yet that's like, I think either I want to say that's the second reason why people get a divorce, or it may even be number
It's
one. But
probably one, yeah.
yeah, I think that's maybe the number one reason why people get a divorce, because people tiptoe around this topic, and they're just like, oh well, we can talk about it later, or if finances change, whatever. No, it's like we need to have an open discussion about this. What I expect from you, what you should expect from me, and if we decide to have children, or if we decide to get a house, or if we decide to move somewhere or get a car or whatever we decide to add to our lives, like who's going to contribute what to what. Like, it would be nice. I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like,
Right.
oh, like, no, I want to be a team player. Yeah, I do. But then I would love for a man to come in and be like, oh, I'm going to take care of what's mine. Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
However, we realistic. We live in a realistic world. And what I will say is just, people need to have that conversation. Like, I don't believe I could do the 50-50 because I did it before, but I feel like in marriage, a man is like a natural born protector and provider, and he want to protect his family. And with me, I'm like that natural born caregiver. So anything involving my kids is going to be, have no problem taking care of that responsibility. Daycare, I'll pay for that. Any other finances, I'll pay for that. They want, savings, I'll pay for that. And mind you, all this is happening while I'm not a bum myself. I'm not staying home. Like, I'm going to work too, but my finances are just going into a different place. So I have no problem with taking on some of the bills, and I'll pay for the stuff that I use the most. Like, whoever I probably end up with, probably not gonna be a TV watcher like me. Yeah, I'll pay for the cable because that's me. Like, I'll pay for the groceries. That's me probably cooking. So
I gotta ask then, and that's not really 50-50 then. I feel like that's still spreading the, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's being misinterpreted then.
it's not 50-50. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all right. So I feel like that's because if you doing all that, you taking care of the kids, you doing the grocery, you doing all of that, and you still working and doing all of that, and all I'm doing is paying the mortgage and the car notes and stuff like that.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I don't do the 50-50 or believe in the 50-50, because the women automatically like take on more responsibilities anyway, because once you become a mother, like, you just like mama bear in there, like doing everything. So
it's the truth. They run to y'all for everything.
Absolutely. So I just feel like the men should be in there kind of just taking over that. Just, that's why I don't know. I always like maybe because my dad is like that. And I just always like a manly man. Like, I like a man to come in and be like, yo, like, I don't know. I just like a man. I don't know how to even describe it. But yeah.
You said you done a 50-50 before. How did that work out? Did it change did it anyway change it before it happened? Well, during it happened as the result?
Well, I think me going 50-50 before, I think that's why I'm so against 50-50 now. Because like when I was just like talking before, the relationship that I was in before, yeah, we went 50-50, but he made like a great amount more than I did. So I started to kind of like side eye him, like, why am I paying half of the rent?
Take some off my back.
And I would like make him pay like the full rent sometimes until he like called me out on it, like, you ain't give me rent. And I was just like, seriously? Like,
I'm glad.
Seriously?
I'm glad that's like really like clear. Like, that's totally fine with me. I'm definitely fine with that.
And I'm not talking about. So I'll give you a situation where I was in currently. Gotta read between the lines.
Oh yeah.
Where
we got you.
I say it wasn't that big of a difference. It was almost, so me and my ex, it was like a $40,000 difference. Okay. But then me and my ex, it was only like a $10,000 difference. So that's a little okay. Like, I can still compromise with that, because it's like, all right, I'm not going to be expecting you to pay more when I'm the one who make more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you got to pay this, and this, when like I'm very, I'm compromising. Like, I'm not going to be having my husband broke, or like having my spouse just out here like feeling like he's not contributing anything, or he's not, he's only contributing financially. Like, no, we're definitely going to be a team, but it just has to be some order in which we do things. And we had to have that conversation. Like, we need to do a whole spreadsheet. Like, I have a spreadsheet for finances. Like, I know where the money is going.
It's all going to one team, though.
It's all going to one team, but how is that allocated, though? It could be going to one household, but at the end of the month, you like, yo, I don't got no money saved. Like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, it needs to go to somewhere, though. Like, what amount of money are you planning to save by the end of the month? Like, by the end of the month, you should have 700 saved. Or, by the end of the month, you should have 500 saved. Or we should have 500 saved. Like, you just have to do your finances, who pays what, and just go that way. I just feel like it's a conversation that's not had in marriages, and that's why it leads to divorce. Because soon it is like, oh shit, like this person don't know how to manage finances, and neither do I. We screwed.
How important do you think is it to have that conversation about children and how that works out as far as the finances and stuff go?
Yes, that needs to be a conversation before marriage, like how things will turn out. Keep in mind that things may change because
it's always changing. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. It's always evolving, because if you having that conversation before you get married, let's say you don't have kids until the second year of your marriage. Now you are in this bomb job, like your husband just got a promotion. Finances change too. So who is going to do what? It always needs to be open. Like always, like just plan a little dinner date out with you and your husband, and y'all get the spreadsheet out and keep it moving. Like, to see what's going on.
Not a lot of people do that though. Like pull out the pen and paper, or pull out the Excel sheet and bust it down and break it down.
No,
nobody do that no more. It's in the account.
There's a lot of
let it come out and just
There's a lot of married couples that don't even date. They don't even do date night. They schedule when to see each other, or they just sleep in the same house. It's really just like two vessels in a house.
You're trying to get me in trouble.
Huh?
You're trying to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
How?
Because I've been called out lately.
Oh gosh.
No, only in my
girl, you better pin him in.
No,
pin him in. Okay.
Just winter. I'll step out, but see, we go on vacations in the winter.
Y'all do be on vacation.
And on the pretty days, we'll step out.
He mixes it up. He says vacation is sort of like the same thing as going out regularly, more or less.
I don't want to keep having the same conversation, but it seems like it always comes up with me. Like, I don't know. But wintertime, I'm not so in a hurry to be out and about. That's all it is. In the summertime, I'm out there.
Yeah. Well, do something in the house. Like, you could text her, or she could text you and be like, or whatever your favorite meal is, y'all could just surprise each other and be like, babe, I made this meal for you. I want us to sit and have a conversation. Like, I want us to talk about you can make it like your monthly meeting. You can schedule it for a date every, I don't know what your anniversary is. Let's say it's on the 23rd. So the 23rd of every month you do something. Like, it don't have to always be something where it involves going out. It could be in the house, y'all playing Monopoly. Like, I don't know. You can be doing whatever. Playing Uno. Like,
I feel like podcast
y'all date night. Y'all talk about all that stuff.
I feel like podcast night is date night though.
No, you need separate, because this is a form of work though.
It is work.
So what is your ideal person? What is your ideal guy? What is your, I guess you would call it your all-American, whatever say?
Well, are we talking about looks, or are we talking about
Y'all could go looks. I'll close my eyes during this one. Ears, sorry.
Is that what we talking about? We talking about overall?
Oh, y'all can go ahead. Spill it tea. I'm here.
So I'm attracted. So I'll say, like, I'm going to give you a person, and then hopefully you can put this into like a, like you can get an idea of what I'm going for here.
I'll be the sketch artist.
No, it's going to be a person. Right?
Okay.
Like, I'm really attracted to, like a Amari Hardwick ghost type of guy, minus the drugs. Okay, but
that type of character?
minus the drug enterprise, and the cheating on his wife,
That
hold on, he wasn't a good character. Hold up. Or like the first person that popped in my head is honestly like a Morris Chestnut type of guy, like I like somebody who is smooth, who is
so
tall, who has like a nice deep voice, who is a gentleman, somebody who knows how to wear a suit, but then he knows how to wear regular clothes, like a businessman, somebody who just definitely is ambitious and about his money. If not about his money, then about his brands, or both. I like somebody who is family oriented, because I am too. And I want somebody who, he can be a godly man, but I'm okay if he's not religious. I'm okay if he's just spiritual, because I'm leaning more toward that way as well. And I like somebody who is a protector. Like, I like a man who isn't afraid to let people know that this is his wife. And I love a man who is just proud of what's his, and that would be his wife and his family, and his own. So yeah, all of that. Like, I like somebody who is definitely more, I'm attracted to a more extroverted personality, because that's how I am. So, but he don't got to be overly extroverted, but just like a smooth guy who commands a room, but he don't even have to say anything. So yeah.
All right. I tried to draw him. I couldn't draw him.
You got a stick figure.
You know how I'm not really a drawer. For real.
And what is it that you do for fun besides work and work and work?
I was about to say work is not fun, but so fun, like you guys, I do love a nice vacation. I do try to take vacations at least like maybe like 2 to 3 times a year, whether it's in the country or out the country, but I typically like going out the country. I love Jamaica. So I have gone to Jamaica for the past like 5 years straight. Last year I went twice. So this year I don't have it on my schedule at all. So I need to go. But
them flights is crazy to Jamaica. I
know they get crazy.
I was checking.
Well, I went to Puerto Rico last year. Puerto Rico was pretty cheap though. It was nice.
They don't have any all-inclusives out there, right?
I know, because it's still
still
America.
US.
So. But you know what? You got a bargain shop when you on vacation, because what we did was we got the flight separately, and then we booked a hotel that just had like breakfast included. So that's one meal we don't have to worry about getting.
Right.
You know, and then the food in Puerto Rico, you know, it's like cheap tacos and stuff. So it was good. I mean, we did a whole trip. Like, I think we paid maybe $600 a piece for everything. And it was it was amazing. Like for like a week. So I'm a bargain shopper when it comes to vacations.
She's been trying to get me to do Puerto Rico.
Yeah. What else I do for fun? You know, I am single, so I eat out a couple times a week. I brunch on weekends. I go out to different things with my friends. Like, one of my faves is comedy shows. I love a good comedy show. I like to laugh. What else?
I think can I drop a what I think I remember, because we did go to school together.
Yeah.
You're competitive, right?
Very, yes.
You play pool.
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, I do
yes.
pool. Yeah.
Pool.
I love
pool.
Very
well.
I was like, she's a sharpshooter. That's one thing.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, she's okay.
I stayed in the pool hall. It was crazy. But yeah, I do like I do like to play pool. I do like to go bowling. I do like to do like competitive sports, like, because that's like, you know, healthy competition between you and your mate is fun. It's kind of like sexy. It'll get y'all kind of on each other, and it'll make up for a good night when you get home, you know? So, yeah. Right. Y'all being competitive, and that, usually with men, they like turn y'all on, but women, y'all don't realize that turns us on too. When you like trying to fight and show that you strong and stuff, you be like, all right, babe, I see you.
Is this true? Is this what happens when we be playing pool?
Yeah, I do. I love playing pool though, but it's fun all together, like just having fun.
Because she only beat me like once we ever played. Now I want to get you out on this last topic, and I have been through divorce, like I said at the beginning. Do you believe in second chances, giving it a second shot? and how do you think a person should go about that second shot? Like, being more careful, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Are you talking about second shot at the marriage?
at being not at the marriage, but second shot at marriage in general. Because honestly, if I get married again, that would be me getting a second shot, you know?
Right. So my feelings on that is a little bit different. I know that there's a statistic out there that talks about like people remarrying, that they, you know, whoever they divorce, like them getting remarried like later in life. But for me, I feel like there's certain circumstances that would make me not want to remarry. So one of those things would be the trust being broken. While I feel that trust can be built up depending on what occurred in the mindset of somebody, I think certain things would just be a total deal breaker, and I think you wouldn't be able to like go back to that person. So one of those things would be if they like put their hands on you, like any type of domestic violence or anything like that. That's a deal breaker for me.
Right.
Like, you're not going to shove me into a wall and think that we're going to start over. Like, we're not.
That's
because it may only get worse, you know.
absolutely.
And who wants to run that risk of it only getting worse? Like, next time is you gonna black my eye, then you're gonna choke me. Like, what is going to be the end, you know? And that's all. You know, I just don't. That will be a deal breaker to where I'm like not getting back with my husband. Another thing where it's really hard for me to call, but I'm just like leaning more towards no reconciliation is like if you cheat, like adultery is just, I don't know, because I feel like people can be forgiven, but to a certain extent. So I feel like if you have so I just answered my own question. I was just thinking about it. So if you cheat, that's one thing. If you cheat and bring another child into your marriage, that's a deal breaker, no go for me. I am not that strong of a woman where I could see another woman's child being raised in my house or something like that. I cannot do it. I can't. So, and I have friends who have done it.
I was gonna ask. I was like, "That's some TV stuff." I seen that.
I literally have a friend who, she was with her boyfriend. She had one child by him, and then he had another child with another girl. Then she had a daughter who's like right under where the son was. Then she had another daughter. He had twins with somebody else, and all this is while they're married, like never separated. So he just was out here just wilding. So I'm not that strong, is what I'm saying. I'm fucking cutting somebody. So yeah. So that's
did you see Fences?
Fences
With Denzel in my home.
Oh yes.
Like that's the first thing that popped in my head when you brought up the situation.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you.
Yes. So I can't remember the end, but didn't she raise the little girl? Was it
they all were raised? They were all in the same house.
They want to be in the same house, yeah.
But she's strong though. I can't.
I feel like she played all the strong characters.
I can't. Yeah, it was too much because I would be, but I guess on her end, the difference was that the mom passed away.
Yeah.
You know, because she was the girl's mom. I can't remember the girl boy, but she was the child's mother, whereas she didn't have to deal with no baby mama drama. Like, that's a little different for me because it's like, all right, the baby, you know, like she don't got a mom, you gotta be a mom. Okay, I hate you, but I really like kids, so I don't know. Like, you know, like it's hard. But
he was a drunk and everything.
Drama. So maybe that would be like the only situation.
Okay.
Or only circumstance. Other than that, depending on what happened with the cheating, I may be able to forgive cheating, but I don't know. It would take a lot because it's still on the category of trust.
It is levels to cheating. It's definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know
No, I mean
Like
physically.
if you out and having a whole relationship, that's
And make a whole new baby, that's totally
Yeah, that's
totally. But if you're cheating and then you say okay and then you do it again, that's grounds.
Yeah.
Because then you're really not doing nothing. You're not changing.
And I mean physically too. Like I understand people develop a emotional bond with somebody and they do that, like emotionally cheating. I'm okay with us coming back from that because I feel like if, through some therapy and we can identify the real issue behind it, then we could possibly get through it if that's both what we want to do, if we're both fighting for our marriage. But if it's just a situation where you just out here whoring, nah. Like you just don't care? Okay.
Right.
All right. It's a no.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Jasmine.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
No problem.
Great insight.
Yes, thank you for all the insight that you're giving us.
Insight.
And then definitely letting us break down that whole 50-50 thing was cool too. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
So this is the Both Sides with DJ and Honey podcast.
Right.
Jasmine McGriff. We'll be back
you.
after these messages. That was really nice of her to do that.
Yeah.
I like those little hints too. Back to school.
I like Jane Strongwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. Like, if you're that strong, you got to
stick
with your guns. Don't let nobody change it.
And she's
the
not
minute you
talking
change
about
that, I think everybody misinterpreted that.
Yeah, I don't think it's. She's
I
talking from experience, and
more
that's what it was. What she said.
Yeah,
It's like,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Both Sides with DJ and Honey podcast.
It's me.
And Honey podcast. I'm sorry, you was gonna get. For some reason, I was like, yeah, she ain't getting this one. 'Cause I know she's gonna get the out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course. So, thank you to Jasmine again. That was so dope for her to come on and drop some of her insight and basically give us her background and what she thought or believe in what marriage is and all those things about the divorce, about divorce. Yeah, and those things like that. So, thanks to Jasmine again. That was cool. This is Both Sides with DJ Honey podcast. We want to thank everybody again for listening.
Continue subscribing.
Yeah, Honey, she's a big on promotion. Yeah, continue to subscribe.
Please.
Follow us on Instagram too. As the season will tend to wind down, we will start to fiddle out.
Yeah, phase out.
Yeah, we'll phase out a little bit. I like fade.
We're gonna have a spectacular ending.
Yeah, we're gonna have a nice little ending. We'll give you guys the news soon. Of course, we always try to do it up, I guess.
Yeah, you always try to
have some fun while we doing this.
Keep going,
Yeah.
See how far. Yeah, it's all about fun.
We really enjoy this, and for anybody who was listening in the beginning of the episode, that's probably the first time we actually got emotional on this podcast. And maybe it was well needed. I really think it was. But I love you. I thank you for doing this again with me. We got a lot going on this weekend. DJ's actually on a baseball team now. So I'm gonna try my best to go cheer on my boy. Hope that he has a little fast up. Also, he's been doing a lot better in school. He was having little issues here and there with, I guess sometimes when you're like at a certain age, you flip-flop from being a baby and like a big kid.
The transition.
Yeah, his transition. Sometimes his transition can be a little rough. But I think I understand him a little bit more now that I've been through that with him.
And what is it that you tell him every morning?
Be great. Which one? That was it? Yeah, be great. I think I saw that from you. Cause that's dude. I don't tell nobody. I stopped telling my kids do good in school. Be great in school. Everything you try to do. Kids need a type of encouragement before they go to school. The last thing they hear from you before they go through them doors, you know what I'm saying? So I always try to leave a positive message in my kids' head.
And like us, we have our moments where we tend to like at work like, oh, it's only like 3 o'clock. I'm having my moment.
Right.
Yeah. You know.
So it was cool. I mean, I can't wait to see his first game. Also a birthday party. We should be going to on Saturday. My cousin's birthday party. I told you. I did. Okay. Saturday. Also wanted to shout out one of my good friends. I won't mention their name. Just want to pray that they get well soon. I know you'll be listening to this, and just know that you got friends here, or family rather, that care and love, and then just praying for the best for you, boys. And I can't wait to see you. Also, just want to encourage anybody who has a loved one that may be going through anything. Reach out to them, pick up the phone, say what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't always have to be bad blood. Sometimes people need to hear that positive message, or just their voice in general. You know what I'm saying?
Everything changes anything.
It does. So
you just gotta make them shade and do stuff. That's all. People go through their own trials and tribulations.
that's just You gotta sometimes just put that stuff aside.
Exactly.
And do that. Now I have a question, and I always do this. I guess at the end, this is gonna be my new thing. And it just popped in my head now. I was this week leaving work early and take care of a personal matter, and I which I did not tell Honey about. And as I'm leaving, Honey texted me, "Am I leaving?" Which kind of got me scared. I ain't gonna lie. Thought my phone was tapped, and it's just us being honest on this podcast.
Oh, that's why you looked at
yeah. I figure like it's easier for me now. Not easier, because I don't put all our stuff out on here, because that's not healthy.
No.
But the things I feel comfortable putting and talking about. Did you kick me or was that the door?
That was a door.
Okay, just making sure. I thought you was trying to give me a little warning.
Oh, no. Speak
But,
your mind, baby. Speak your mind.
Yeah, of course, because you want to hear this the first time.
Yeah,
Hearing this conspiracy theory that I have. As I'm walking out the door, she texted me, "Am I leaving?" And I'm like, "Oh, smack, my phone is tapped, son." She got me like tapped and watched somebody, Hawkeye investigating. I don't know. I wasn't leaving to do anything. She know me. I hope that's what it was. Babe, is my phone tapped?
No.
Babe, is my phone tapped?
No.
That's right. So I'm not gonna ask her again. If it is, it is. If it's not,
I'll
it's not.
tell you what it
There's
is.
nothing in my phone tapped. You know me.
Not only that, when you get a feeling, I tell you this all the time, you don't believe me. I think it's passed down from my mother. I have it. It's just a certain feeling, and when you have that feeling, you just either.
What would the feeling of me coming home to come set this up?
No.
Or what?
It's just you just get a certain feeling. You either feel something's not right, or you feel like it's just
did
like.
It feel not right, or did you just feel like
I just felt
okay.
something, so I just felt like.
That's crazy. I don't like that. That's scary. Inspector Gadget, cause we know, and I'll probably tell them at the end of the season. That'd be some nice little tea, I guess, to give people the end of the season.
And that was a feeling which just erupted.
Yeah, you have a lot of feelings.
So when
since you met me, you've had a lot of feelings.
No, as graduates we got to know each other. I have had feelings in the sense of like certain things.
Now, guys, her feelings is like her premonitions.
Yeah, and I haven't been wrong. I'm not wrong. You can say I'm wrong. But
I ain't gonna go against that. Okay. That's not the conversation I'm trying to have into this podcast.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Thank you to Jasmine again. Thank you to Will last week too for coming through and dropping off some special gems. Check his episode out as well. He did drop off some gifts that we love.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys go check out the G and Cole Apparel website. If you go and use promo code both sides, you will save 15% off your entire purchase in the store. Yeah. So you guys go and check that out. Got some nice ties, socks.
And why not? You mentioned look fun.
Tie pins and clips and all of these things you need to look spiffy. And
nice apparel for men and women.
Women stuff is there too. So you guys check that out. Promo code again is both sides, all caps, 15% off your purchase on the entire store. So like I said before, thanks to Jasmine. We're gonna roll out. We hope everybody has a nice and safe weekend. We enjoyed this, guys, with you guys through the show. through the whole process of this season 1. As we start to wind it down, road to 30. We got a birthday coming up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go out on that note. This is Both Sides with DJ
And Honey.
podcast. We see you guys next week.
Stay blessed.
Thank
Hey,
you.
you guys. We would like to give thanks to the various artists who contribute to all our episodes.
Good. I'm fine. I know. And you know I do the same. I love you too. And you need to know that I'm not changing. I'm not telling you everything.